Good Sunday evening. This is Art from the Hickory Flat Garlic Company. And if you don't know by now, these are our Sunday reflections where we take a minute to look back on the week that was and hopefully provide a little bit of inspiration, motivation to help make us all 1% better over the next coming week. Before we start with anything in terms of our reflection, we start with our gratitude. And we just want to let you know we are extremely thankful again, humbled and grateful for everyone that came out to the Canton Farmers Market. And whether you bought garlic or not from the Hickory Flat Garlic Company, doesn't matter to us. We were just so encouraged by the conversations that we had. And it was just great to make some new friends from near and far. So thank you all to my regulars who come see us weekly, to our first time customers. We are so grateful. And again, if you don't know about the Canton Farmers Market and you're just finding this by happenstance and the algorithm work to get you here, through Labor Day, Saturday mornings from 9 to 12:30 in downtown Brown Park in Canton, Georgia is where you can find us. Near the corner of Elizabeth and Church Streets is where we're set up. But don't just come to see the Hickory Flat Garlic Company. We typically have well over 50 vendors. And as I always like to say, there is something for everyone at the Canton Farmers Market. So I really believe you should make that a priority of your Saturday morning if you are in and around the Canton, Georgia area. Last week on our Sunday Reflections, we did talk about probably one of the most difficult topics, at least for me, is grace and the idea of showing someone grace with the unmerited favor, especially when they don't deserve it. So because I challenged everyone, I felt like I had to go through my week and be a little more compassionate this week in my 9-to-5 job to maybe some folks that are a little bit difficult to work with. And I will tell you, as I mentioned before, it wasn't really about the person that you're extending grace to. It was about the condition of your heart. And I hope that help you wrestle with some things. And it doesn't solve, I know that one weekly challenge doesn't solve anything, but certainly hope it helped you wrestle with the idea of grace and unmerited favor. This week, I was struggling with my Sunday reflection as I like to try to organize my thoughts toward the latter half of the week about what I might be looking forward to speaking about this week. And I had a fantastic conversation with our market manager at the Canton Farmers Market, Valinda Hardy. She is awesome. And she is the inspiration for this week's Sunday Reflection. And it really, I think it ties into a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago with comparison being the thief of joy. We're going to go in a little bit different direction than that, but also in the idea of focusing on what we have to focus on or what we've been given. And it's the idea I like to call in summation of, did you win your job? And what do I mean by that? Did you win your job? Are you doing the best you can? Or are you the best at what you do with the tools that you've been given? And I think a lot of times we get in comparison, the ego in a lot of us, especially me, drives and wants the spotlight and can be extremely attractive to want to say, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. And it's just that ego yearning for attention. And it's a struggle sometimes because I think it takes away from maybe what our purpose was here anyway, and maybe it wasn't necessarily to have the spotlight on us. Valinda told me a story about a chef, and I hope I don't butcher this, but he was concerned that he was not getting as much notoriety as some of his co-workers or rivals, and that he wanted that notoriety because he felt like he was really good, and he was really good. He was given a task to make a side dish in this great big feast that was happening, and the side dish he was given was to make mashed potatoes. And he thought to himself, well, if I'm stuck making mashed potatoes and not the main entree, the least I can do is make the world's best mashed potatoes or potato dish. And that's what he did. He set out and he said, you know what, I'm going to be the best at the task I've given. And I'm not going to worry about being the light that shines and have the spotlight on me. I'm just going to worry about doing my job well. Turns out everyone is ranting and raving about these mashed potatoes or this potato dish, and he eventually gets the accolades. But it wasn't until he realized that, hey, I don't need to be the superstar for the main course. I just need to win my job. I need to do my job to the best of the ability. And so today I'm speaking to those who are young or hungry or love the spotlight or want the recognition or felt like they've been undervalued. If I can just encourage you this week to continue to humbly do your job well. Do the best you can with what you have. And whether that's, if you're the janitor, be the best janitor. If you're the teacher, be the best teacher that you can be. And again, this is not a comparison or competition. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. And can we do that? And I think that'll make us maybe 1% better. And I'd argue a little bit more if we just focus on our task at hand, our job at hand. This has been Art with the Sunday Reflection for the Hickory Flat Garlic Company. I hope you all have a fantastic week.